What's up, Casey gang? This your girl Chris,
Rissa,
and this is my coming out story.
Yeah, bounce that shit like whoa. This is not a fairy tale. I already know how you like it. Take you to the mall and get you a new outfit. Girl, that's just some child's play. Bounce that shit like.
Okay, so I would say my first time coming out about me being gay was probably my aunt. She was the first person I came out to, even though she wasn't surprised, you know, God rest her soul, but she wasn't surprised. She the one that already told me that she already knew I was gay when I was 10 years old. So how somebody know that somebody's gay at 10? I don't know. But when I first told her, I was about 18 when I told her, you know, that I'm gay. And she said, well, I wasn't surprised because I remember when you was 10 years old and we was going to the store and we in the store looking and everything and some big ass titty woman walked by and you want to turn all the way around talking about, So I look, and she's talking about, I look at you and I'm talking about, what you mean, What you looking at? You don't know what you looking at. And she gonna talk about, and all you did was just smile and wink, and that's it. So she was like, and I'm not surprised because the first person I think you really like anyway was that bow-legged chick that lived across the street from us. So I might have been crushing on her. I don't know. You know, she was a school teacher, you know, and I like to learn, so I don't know. Anyway, so I think the other person I did come out to was my dad. When I told him that, you know, I like females, he was kind of upset about it. He really was just like, what you mean you like females? How you like females and you got 2 kids? Now, that was questionable, you know, because I was with somebody, but I wasn't with him mentally. You know, I found myself just being with him to try to keep a family together. And even though it wasn't working, I kept trying to make it work for the sake of the kids. But I just wanted to be with who I wanted to be with, you know, so that relationship ended. But yeah, it is what it is. But told my dad, he was upset with me. He stopped talking to me for about a whole year. And to me, that was very hurtful, you know, for the simple fact of, you know, I did grow up without him or my mom around since I grew up in the system from 10 all the way up until 20. And it's kind of hurtful because having a bond with your dad is the most thing that you really want to have. Like, you can have a bond with your mom because that's supposed to be expected, but wanting your dad around, you know, that's what I really wanted. So to be hurt behind the fact that he didn't want to talk to me because I was gay, it was just like, okay, well, what do I do? So I ended up dropping my kids off, you know, so he could watch the kids. And he closed the door on my face. Like, he took the kids and he just closed the door on my face. No words, no nothing. And I had got off from work and I went back and I was just like, you know, hey, let me just talk to you for a minute. He was like, look, I don't want to hear nothing. Just go on about your business. Go do that little lesbian shit. I don't give a fuck about that as long as I get to see my grandkids. My thing was, why are you so mad? You know, I'm damn near grown. Why are you mad? His thing was, he started questioning, what did he do wrong? Is it because he wasn't around in my life? As to, you know, is that why you gay? Is that why you gay? Because I was never around. And I'm like, it don't have nothing to do with you. Because, you know, to me, I think we might have had family members that was gay, but I don't know, you know. So he was mad for a while, and it kind of hurt, you know, knowing, being able to, you know, take the kids there and I'm even going to work and he wasn't talking to me, you know. So it was very hurtful. And I think, like I said, after a year, he came to my house and was like, look, we gotta talk, we gotta get this together. You know, we live right through the parking lot from each other. And this when I lived in North Carolina. And he lived like literally through the yard. Like, I go through my parking lot, through the yard, and he was right there. And he came to my house, he was like, look, let's sit down, let's talk about this. You know, tell me, what did I do wrong as a dad? What did I do? You know, like, how can I make this right? How can I, you know, persuade you, you know, not to be this way? My thing was, it's not you. It's nobody's fault. It's just me. This is who I like. And it is what it is. You can either accept it, or we can just go through my life not talking. Because to me, I'm like, hey, you already in the peak of your life anyway. So we can either talk or we don't. So he was just like, okay, well, give me some time. Maybe after like 2 weeks, I was going to leave to go to work. He was standing in front of my door when I opened the door. All he did was give me a hug. And he was like, you know, I love you, and, you know, I want you in my life. I want my grandkids around. I don't want to miss anything. But just know, if anybody hurt you, they're going to have to deal with the wrath of Daddy Man. You know? And I was just like, that's so cool. You know what I mean? So,
yay.
So it's cool.
Very good.
I love you, Daddy. Love you, Mom. Love you. I think
We love
my
you
little
guys.
kids. That baby. Love y'all.
Yes, we love you. We love you.
Okay.
My time is totally different. I didn't even have a coming out at all. I just was with who I wanted to be with, you know, and like not everyone met my mom. Not everybody met my dad, you know, my family and things like that besides Chris. So, I mean, I guess the one time, I wouldn't say coming out, but the first time I brought her around my mom's house, it wasn't like to meet my mom. I was dropping my daughter off, and she just happened to look in the car and see Chris and was like, oh, that's who you being gay with? And I was like, oh, yeah, you know. You know, and then like after that, she was like, okay, so, but it was always, oh, it's just a phase. It's just a phase. You just a phase. She not gonna really be with you like that. She like men. It's just a phase. And we still together 4 years later. You know, so and like my dad, he still doesn't accept it. He still hasn't met her. I think I've seen my dad twice, 2 or 3 times, I want to say, since we've been together, because he doesn't accept it. He's like a deacon at his church, and he's just like, that's not what it is. You know, I'll see you, you know, but we barely have contact with each other. But now it's grew on my mom. You know, like she really loves Chris, you know, so.
Especially on get-togethers, because she don't be wanting to cook. So she love me when get-togethers come around.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I didn't really have, I'm just, like, the type of person, like, I don't like, what is it? It's not disappointment, but it's, like, rejection or whatever. So, like, I don't just go up to you and be like, hey, look, whatever. I just throw it out there. And if you don't like it, oh, well. You know, so it's, like, so that's just what happened. She was just happened to be in the car. I was dropping my daughter off for the weekend, and she walked to the car to give me a hug, and Chris was sitting in the car, and she was just like, oh, hi. You know, and then Chris was like, hi. You know, and you know, then it closed the door, and then she walked into the back of the car, and she was just like, oh, so this who you being gay with, huh? You know, but before that, like, I had kind of made like a Facebook post, like, I want to say 2 weeks or so before that, and it was like 20 things, it was like 10 things nobody know about you type post or whatever. And so on one of the questions I had put, you know, that I was attracted to women and all things like that. So I guess that's how that came about. But before then, like, my mama, she knew, but she didn't. Like, my friends, they knew. You know, but it was just like, oh, okay, whatever, you know. But then when it finally when I got with Chris, it was like, okay, this is the one I want to settle down with or whatever. So, like, we've been steady and, you know, everything like that. So everybody's like, oh, okay, I kind of figured, you know, but that's just what happened. Okay.
Well, you know, I would say this. Trying to be who you are it's the hardest thing, you know what I'm saying, for anybody to accept. It's more hard when you try to accept it, you know what I'm saying, you know, for yourself, you know, and a lot of times you find yourself fighting with yourself, and it's like you don't know why you this way. You question, was you born this way? But then you just like, you love what you love, and once you can decide to accept it for yourself, then others around you, they will. You know, not everybody all at one time. And I guess to me, that's what makes being a lesbian so interesting, because I can't expect everybody to accept my lifestyle.
Right.
And at the end of the day, I really don't give a shit. So,
Be yourself.
and it's all about being who you are. Because at the end of the day, when you gone, and you leave here by yourself. So, all you can do is just live your life and not worry about what anybody gotta say. So, that's all I'm gonna say. And I appreciate y'all, you know, listening to our coming out story. So if you like what you saw, like, comment, subscribe below, hit that notification
bell.
Let us know what y'all think, and we appreciate y'all.
Matter of fact, Millie Rock on that subscribe button.
Stop. Deuces, y'all.
Bye.
Get the money, dollar bill, y'all, cash, everything around me.